The law offices of Spar Bernstein with two locations in New York, 2901 White Plains Road in the Bronx and 225 Broadway in Manhattan. Call now to make appointments at
1-800-LAW.
All right, caller.
All right, fine.
Thank you. All right, let's talk with another caller. As we are in the middle of the immigration link. Good morning, caller. Speak with Brad Bernstein. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yes, my name is Sheldon. Good morning, Brad, and good morning.
Hi, how you
Sean.
doing?
Yes, I'm fine. Actually, I've been given.
Can you turn off the radio, Sean? It sounds as if there's a radio in your background. Yes. Turn off
Yes,
the radio. Yes.
I'm presently working with our company, and I've given a chance. I've been chosen as by an American company to do training in the U.S. for 2 weeks. I've got contract letter and I've got employment letter, 2 waiver letters, and I've gone to the embassy. But because I've previously overstayed on a visa before, they turned me down. So I don't know if my problem can be worked out.
What is the training for?
It is for being a curator, for auctioneer, as an auctioneer.
To be an auctioneer, and the company, there's an auction company in Jamaica, and they're sending you. Who's going to train you in the United States?
It is by one of the biggest gallery in the world. It's Park West Gallery.
Park West.
They will be
Okay.
taking care of everything. The waiver letter's already gone through the lawyers.
All right. And what type of visa did they train you on? Send you on a J or an H3?
It's the one before that I've overstayed on.
No, the one that Park West is sponsoring you. What kind of visa?
I think it was an H1 or
An H3.
H2.
An H3.
Yeah.
It would be an H3 training visa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it's not so much you need to file. You need to actually. It's not just go with the waiver letter. You have to actually file a waiver application. Did you file a waiver application?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, that's what needs to be done. You need to file a waiver application. It's a waiver to overcome a reason for a denial on a non-immigrant visa. And what you have to show is that your whatever immigration, mishap that you did, which would be overstaying on your visa, okay? Your training in the United States or your rationale or your reasoning to go to the United States outweighs whatever your immigration mishap is. So they weigh it on a scale of justice, an imaginary scale in some officer's head. And what they put on one side of the scale is you overstayed and whatever the facts associated with that overstay, whether you had a valid reason, you didn't have a valid reason, it was a mistake, it was an error, how long you overstayed, blah, 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 versus your need for your services in the United States. Then you also have a second issue. If you did overstay on your on a prior visa, you have to, on an H3 visa, you have to show a non-immigrant intent, which is an intent to leave the United States after your training is completed, and you have to convince the U.S. Embassy that you intend to actually leave the United States after 2 weeks and that you are not going to overstay a second time. It's a high burden to show if you've already done it. You've already overstayed one time before. Now, I don't know, where, you said you went to the embassy and they denied you. I don't know what, if anything, you've done after. You should have filed a waiver. You haven't yet. But that's really what you need to do from here on. Whether or not you will get the waiver approved, I can't tell you unless, you want me to get involved in the case.
Okay. It was like 14 months as a minor, though.
I'm sorry?
14 months. It was 14 months that I overstayed as a minor.
As a minor. Well, I mean, those are circumstances. As a minor, you can't be held accountable to what you're doing. You're held accountable by an adult should be held accountable, but not you. So that is a mitigating factor on why you overstayed your time.
Okay.
So then, Brad, what should he do now? Because they have to allow
he should be calling Park West Galleries and having them file the appropriate waivers. And if they don't know how to do it, then they should be contacting me to do it.
Give him your number so that they can organize that.
212. All right. From Jamaica to call me, it's 212 227 227. No, 227 36 3636.
Yes. 212. Sheldon?
Yes, 212.
227.
227
36
36
36.
36.
Thank you, Dr. Hope.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
that,
Or
see
could-
what
or
you can
or,
get worked
right.
out.
Or in America, in the United States, in the 50 states only, you can call. There's a toll-free number, 1-800-LAW-LINK.
Okay.
1-800-LAW-LINK.
Right, but that's only from the United
LAWLINK.
States.
In the
Right.
U.S. if they
In
are
the
calling
US.
him.
Right.
All right, Sheldon, and I hope it works out for you. All right, dear? All right. Let's go to another caller. Good morning, caller. You're in the immigration link. Go right ahead. Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you tell me who is eligible for adjustment of status in the United States?
Let's repeat that again, because there was a big bus that just drove by my office and it rumbled. I didn't hear. Say that again.
Yes. I'm asking, are you able to say who is eligible for adjustment of status in the United States?
Are you able to stay in the United States to adjust your status? Is that your question?
Right. Yes.
Who's sponsoring you?
My father.
When did he? How old are you?
34.
When did your father sponsor you?
04.
Okay, and you're asking if you come here in the United States and you overstay, will you be able to adjust? The answer is you will not be able to adjust, because in order to adjust your status in the United States, if you overstay on your visa, you have to prove that you were physically in the United States on December 21st, 2000, and had something filed before April 30th, 2001, or you had anything filed in the system before January 14th, 98. Then it doesn't matter when you came here. Since your father filed for you in 04, unless you had something filed previously, or unless you were on your father's application from years ago when he got his green card, if you overstayed, you would not be able to adjust your status here based on your father's sponsorship, and if you went home, you would have a 10-year bar. So my advice would be, unless you have more information to give me on this, but based on what you gave me right now, my advice is you do not overstay.
So, for example, if you receive an approval letter, is it possible for you to stay in the United States and adjust your status based on that approval letter?
The answer is no. Just because you have an approval letter doesn't mean you're able to adjust. The approval letter means you're eligible for your green card when your date is reached on a waiting list. Right now, they're only processing people who have approval letters with priority dates that were filed on or before November 8th, 2001. You were filed in 2004, so you have 3 more years to wait. So that approval letter would not allow you to stay legally in the United States or allow you to adjust.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, caller.
Bye-bye, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, but
thanks.
certainly come and visit, but don't overstay.